Well, thank you for joining me. The Bronx Knights are a created franchise on MLB The Show 20. They are in the American League West. As you can see, they're leading the American League West division with a 33-20 record. And the Seattle Mariners are in second, 2.5 games behind. Let's jump into the next game on the schedule. It's time for a 3-game set at home against the New York Mets. So let's do the first game, organization. Play game. Okay. Play full game. We are the home team. Home field is Classic Yankee Stadium for the Bronx Knights. Looks good. Looks good. Kick it off. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated. A lot of created players. This is a fantasy draft league. Year's 2024. Here we go. Welcome to Classic Yankee Stadium for Major League Baseball as the New York Mets visit the Bronx Knights. And on the mound for the Knights is Brendan Pisarski, making his 11th start of the season. His record is 4-1 with a 4.45 earned run average. And leading off for the Mets, Joe Torre, hitting .304 on the season.
Joe Torre.
Line drive right at first pitch, 1 pitch, 1 out. Line drive at Don Mattingly at first. Starting lineup, leading off is Joe Torre. Kevin Newman is at second base. Frank Thomas is at first. Yohan Moncada is the designated hitter. Gary Sheffield is in right. Ketel Marte is in center. Alex Kirilloff in left. Mitch Garver catching. And Orlando Arcia is batting ninth. So, Kevin Newman hitting .275 with 3 homers and 17 runs batted in. Steps up with 1 out here in the top of the first. And he takes called strike number 1. Bronx Knights are 13 games over 500. Good for first place in the American League West. And it is a shallow fly ball to left. Max Lukulich is there. He makes the catch for the second out. Frank Thomas hitting .310 with 17 homers and 42 runs batted in. Steps up against Pisarski with 2 outs here in the first. And he grounds it sharply up the middle, but Pisarski stabs at it, throws it over to Mattingly to retire the side. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Pisarski, as after a half inning of play, it's New York nothing, Bronx coming to bat. Crosstown rivals. On the mound for the Mets, Michael Wacha making his 11th start. He's 7-2 with a 3.03 earned run average. Nice record. Leading off for the Bronx Knights is Max Lukulich. He's hitting .349 with 2 homers, 13 runs batted in, and 11 stolen bases. Here comes the pitch. And he pulls the cutter foul, strike 1. That is not true. 13 RBIs is not first on the Knights. Pitch is low, ball 1, count is even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Mets are just 2 games over 500. It's only good for 3rd place in the National League East. Pitch is high, count is 2 balls, 1 strike. Circle change outside, count is 3 balls and 1 strike on Lukulich. And he walks him on 4 pitches. And Lukulich is at first. Just lead off the bottom of the first.
The first baseman,
Don Mattingly steps to the plate. He's the first baseman for the Bronx Knights. He's hitting .302 with 8 homers and 41 runs batted in. Pretty even between lefties and righties. 300 here. And the first pitch is outside for ball 1. Lukelich leads off first. He has a lot of speed. He's definitely a threat to run. And they throw over to first to keep him close. Right on cue. And the throw down to second is not in time. That's steal number 12 for Max Lukelich on the season. We're in late May. Pretty good total for late May. Count is 2 balls, no strikes. There's a runner in scoring position now for Mattingly. And he pulls it hard to Frank Thomas at first. He takes it himself. It's a productive out, first out of the first inning, as Lukelich makes it over to third base with less than 2 outs. Starting lineup for the Bronx Knights, Max Lukelich leads off, Don Mattingly at first, Chris Ramos in second base, Michael O'Rourke at center, Jacob Salazar in short, Benny Locicero in right, Matthew Saps is designated hitter, Matthew Termini is the third baseman, and Anthony Millo is batting ninth and catching for the Bronx Knights. Chris Ramos is hitting a scalding 373 on the season with 20 homers and 49 runs batted in. He takes ball 1. He's a switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Walker. He checks his swing. It's low. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. And he pulls the fastball foul. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he grounds it through the hole between short and third. It's an RBI single. His 50th RBI of the season for Chris Ramos, as the Bronx Knights take an early 1-0 lead. He just grounds it the other way, maybe a little late on the fastball, a ground ball with eyes. But the bottom line is it got through, and Lukelich scored the first run of the game. So next up is Michael O'Rourke hitting .345 with 12 homers and 35 runs batted in. Ramos leads off first. And he swings at the first pitch and skies it to the center fielder. Makes the catch for the second out of the inning. No advance in the base paths.
Batting fifth. No shortstop.
Jacob Salazar hitting .340. 5 homers, 29 runs batted in. Up with 2 outs here in the first. And he pops it up just in foul territory. Oh, I take it back. It's in fair territory on the third base line. Joe Torre makes the catch at third base to retire the side. But they get a run. At the end of first inning, it's Bronx Knights leading 1-0. Top of the second, Yohan Moncada hitting .290. Check that. 13 homers, 36 runs batted in. Leads off the second. And just off the plate, low, ball 1. Strike 1 on the corner, count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. And it's a pop-up on the infield, but Mattingly is on the edge of the outfield grass, makes the catch for the first out. The defensive alignment for the Bronx Knights from left to right in the outfield is Lukelich, O'Rourke, and Locicero. And on the infield, it's Termini, Salazar, Ramos, Don Mattingly at first, with Anthony Millo catching behind the plate. Next up is Gary Sheffield. And Gary Sheffield drives the first pitch deep into the gap, and it will one bounce to the fence. Locicero throws into the cutoff man, but it's a stand-up double for Gary Sheffield. And with 1 out, there's a runner at second base.
The center fielder, number 4.
No chance for Locicero out there on right. That's exactly the way Gary Sheffield used to bat. He was a New York Yankee. Florida Marlin first, but New York Yankees second half of his career. Ketel Marte is hitting .310 with 6 homers and 17 RBIs. Not doing so well in his last handful of games, though. Ground ball up the middle. Salazar holds the runner, throws to first for the second out. So, Sheffield does not advance on the ground ball. Alex Kirilloff hitting 257 with a homer and 4 RBIs. He's obviously a platoon player of some kind. Takes strike one on the corner. 0-1. And he lines it. It is a base hit. And it's going to be an wait, hold on a second. He got lost in his glove. It's going to be an RBI double for Kirilloff, his 5th of the season, as the game is tied at 1. It's a little bit of a malfunction out there in left field for Lukic. So next up is Mitch Garver hitting 188 with 4 homers and 20 RBIs. There are 2 outs with a runner in scoring position. And the slider's inside for ball 1. And he hits it high and deep. It is off the foul pole for a 2-run homer. Garver hits his 5th homer of the season. And just like that, it's a 3-1 lead for the New York Mets. Let's watch the replay on that. Mitch Garver said, "Give me that foul pole." So 3-run first with 2 outs. Orlando Arcia is up, sitting 333. Sliders outside for ball 1. And he pops it up, but Ramos is there to retire the side. But not before they get 3 runs. 2 of them coming from this, Mitch Garver's 2-run blast down the line. And after an inning and a half of play, it's the Mets 3, the Knights 1. Oh, boy. Benilo Cicero, the right fielder, is hitting 305 with 12 homers and 55 runs batted in. Good for the team lead in RBIs. Takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Then he has 2 homers in his last 4 games.
Outside.
Low, outside, ball 2. 2-0. Check the swing. The pitch was low. Count is 3 balls, no strikes. Will he have the green light? I highly doubt it. And he takes strike 1. Count is 3 balls and 1 strike on Benilo Cicero. Shackles are now off. And he fouls off the fastball. Count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. He's down on 3-0. He's worked it back to full. And he pulls the fastball foul. And we'll do it all over again. So in the bottom of the second, the Nets have a 2-run lead. Did he check the swing? Yes, he did. Ball 4. And the leadoff man is on for the Knights. Cicero gets a free pass.
The designated hitter, number 31.
Matt Sapp's the DH, 255 on the season. Steps up with runner at first, Lo Cicero. The cutter's in there for strike 1.
0-1.
Low, ball 1, count is even 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's ball 2.
High, ball 2. 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike. The count.
And he grounds it weakly to the third baseman, Torrey Fields, throws across the diamond to get the trail runner. So there's 1 out. Functions much like a bunt as the runner moves at second base. Defense for the New York Mets from left to right in the outfield is Kirilloff, Marte, and Sheffield. And in the infield, Joe Torre's at third base, Arcia, Newman, and Frank Thomas at first, with Mitch Garver behind the plate. So the third baseman, Matt Termini, is up. 251, 4 homers, 24 runs batted in. Checks the swing on ball 1. He has a runner in scoring position. Inside ball 2. Cut fastball's jammed. Count 2-1. Line drive, base hit to left field. The runner makes the turn. He's going home. The throw to the plate is not in time. It's an RBI single for Matt Termini, and it's a 3-2 ball game. Next up, Anthony Millo, the catcher. And he pulls it foul for strike number 1. Good speed at first base in Termini. Now he throws over there just to keep it close. Swing and a miss at the curveball. Count is quickly no balls, 2 strikes on Millo. The stats are wrong. There's players on the team that checks the swing. It's in the dirt, no advance. Nice block by Garver. Looks like a frozen game. What's going on? Okay, good. Came back. All right, the game was frozen for a second. I got nervous. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he fouls off the cut fastball. Count remains 1-2. Inside, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Millo's hitting .219 on the season. Throw over to first. Tall Thomas prevents the ball from going into the stands. It was a wild kind of throw from Waka. And he grounds it to Torrey, who throws to second for 1, back to first. He pulls him off the bag. Did he tag him? No, he did not. And the wild throw from the second baseman to first makes it a fielder's choice instead of a double play, as Millo is safe at first. So Lukulich returns to the plate, no official at bat. He walked in the first inning. And he jams him in on his hands in the first pitch, and the left fielder makes the catch for the final out, but not before they get a run on the RBI single by Matt Termini. At the end of 2 innings of play, it's New York 3, Bronx Knights 2. Lineup turns over for the Mets. It's Joe Torre back up there. He's played for his second plate appearance. He lined out in the first. Strike. 94 on the radar gun. Count is 0-1. Grounds it deep in the hole, sliding to his bottom. What a play by Salazar. Slid, jump throw. Great play for the first out. Kevin Newman flew out in the first. He is 0 for 1. He steps up. 1 out here in the third. Changeup's in there for strike 1. And he hits it. Newman hits it deep, but playable for Max Lukulich in left for the second out of the inning.
First baseman, number 35.
2 quick outs here in the third. Frank Thomas grounded out in the first. He's 0 for 1. The Big Hurt, they used to call him. Played for the Chicago White Sox in the 1990s and early 2000s. Grounds it up the middle. The vacuum cleaner that is Salazar soaks it up, throws across, and retires the side. So, 2.5 innings have been played. Score remains 3-2. Mets. Bottom of the third, Mattingly steps in for his second plate appearance. He grounded out in the first.
The first baseman, John Mattingly.
Grounds it towards the hole. Second baseman fields, fires, got him. 1 pitch win away.
Now back, second baseman.
Standings in the NL East. The Philadelphia Phillies lead the division with the Mets just 2 games out of first place. Chris Ramos had a single, RBI single in the first inning the other way. Steps in for a second plate appearance. Circle changes in there for strike one. Swing and a miss at pitch out of the strike zone, and very quickly he's down no balls and 2 strikes. Outside ball 1, count as 1 ball and 2 strikes.
No.
Curveball inside, count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And after being ahead, no balls, 2 strikes, he works him full, 3-2 with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. And he just keeps it alive, fouls it off. What we do was payoff pitch, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the third. Checks his swing, it's high, and he walks him. So with 1 out here in the third, there is a base runner. So 3 walks in only 2 1/3 innings for Michael Wacha. Michael O'Rourke is 0 for 1. He flew out in the first. He makes his second plate appearance. He swings over the top of the curveball for strike 1. It's 5 for his last 12. Checks the swing. It's low. Count is 1-1.
Ball 2.
Circle changes low. Ball 2. 2-1. Ramos leads off first. O'Rourke steps in.
Oh, that's
Count goes 3-1. Jacob Salazar is on deck. Hitters count 3-1. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. He fouls it off. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. With 1 out, will the runner be in motion? Not really feeling no motion. I think he's going to stay. Ball 4. So they walk he walks 2 batters in a row. Pitching coach comes out to have a little discussion on the mound. There's runners at first and second. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. They're only down. The tying run is at second base. Jacob Salazar popped out in the first to Joe Torre down the third baseline. He's got a runner in scoring position. And he slices it foul into the seats for strike 1. Checks the swing, pitches high, count evens. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outside 2-1. Walker can't seem to find the strike zone. It's just nibbling. He needs to just come after these hitters. Inside, count is 3 balls, 1 strike. Ramos leads off second. O'Rourke leads off first. And it's a nubber to the pitcher, who throws to first just in time. There are 2 outs. The runners advance to second and third. Almost an infield single, but couldn't quite beat it out. Benilo Cicero does not have an official at bat. He walked in the first, walked in second, check that. But he has 2 runners in scoring position. And he fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. He has 55 runs batted in, which is second in the American League and first on the Knights. Outside, ball 1. Count is even. Inside, 2-1. Right at the bottom of the zone, count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The runners lead off second and third. Here's the pitch. And he pulls it into the seats, foul. Count remains 2-2. He's in the third inning. This is going to be his 61st pitch. And he way out in front of it, pulls it into the seats yet again. The count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes on Low Cicero. And it's low and gets away from him, but no advance. No advance. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Runners at second and third. And he fouls it off. Staying alive. Let's redo it. 8 pitches. This is the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Struck him out looking. Los Cicero doesn't like the call. They leave 2 runners on. And after 3 innings of play, it's the Mets 3, the Knights 2. Leading off the top of the 4th is Yoan Moncada, who's 0 for 1.
The designated hitter, Yoan
Pizarski deals. And he lines it down the first base line, but foul. Moncada has some power. 13 homers. Two-seamers in there for strike 2. Waste pitch outside. Ball 1. Count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. Grounds it to the shortstop, Salazar. Fields fires. Pulls him off the bag. He's safe. That'll probably be an E6. Yes, it will. It's an E6. So after making the great plays the previous inning, a routine one right at him, it just pulls him off the bag. Took a little too much time getting it out of his glove, I guess. So there's a runner at first. Gary Sheffield is up. He has a double and a run scored. He's 1 for 1. Crash smashes it between short and third base for a hit. So with nobody out here in the top of the 4th, there's runners at first and second for the Mets.
The center fielder, number 4, Ketel Marte.
Ketel Marte is up. No chance for either fielder. Ketel Marte grounded out in the 2nd. He's 0 for 1. Sliders in there for strike 1. Jams him. Quickly, he's down, no balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Outside corner for out number 1.
Now back, left fielder, Alex Kirilov.
Next up is Alex Kirilov, who has an RBI double in this game. Change-ups in there for strike 1. Runners at first and second with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. And he hits a deep fly ball, but playable. Los Cicero, I'm sorry, check that. O'Rourke makes the catch in center for the 2nd out. No advance on the base pass. So pitch speed comparison brought to you by Topps. 95 for both pitchers. Mitch Garver, in his first at-bat, hit a 2-run homer. Steps in for his 2nd plate appearance.
Nope.
And the changeup is low, ball 1. And he slices it down the line. It's a base hit. It will roll into the corner. It will score a run. It's an RBI single for Mitch Garver. And the Mets take a 2-run lead, 4-2. Slices it down the right field line into the corner. Thought he had a chance to be a double, but he didn't take a chance. Orlando Arcia popped out in the 1st. He's 0 for 1. There are 2 outs here in the 4th. And he hits a deep fly ball to left, but it's playable by Lukelich. He's there to retire the side, but not before they get a run on an RBI by Garver, who's a one-man wrecking crew with 3 runs batted in today. Halfway through the 4th inning, it's the Mets 4, the Bronx Knights 2. Leading off for the Knights is Matthew Saps, the designated hitter. He's 0 for 1.
Number 31.
And he skies it to medium center field. Relatively deep, but right there is the center fielder, Marte, who makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Now batting, number 79.
So the League leaders in wins so far in the year 2024. Mark Burley leads the league with 8 wins. As you can see, Waka is up there with 7. He would be the... Matt Termini's got an RBI single. He steps up. He's in a position to win this game, but it hasn't reached 5 innings yet. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Rick Coleman, a righty, is pitching in the Mets bullpen, warming up. Outside, ball 2. 2-0. Swing and a miss at the high fastball. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. And he fouls it off. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Line drive down the line. It is a base hit. And he's going for second. Will he make it? The throwback into second is not in time. So with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th, it's Matt Termini's 8th double of the season. Here's the replay. Slices it down the line. I thought it might hit the wall. And there's the replay. Anthony Mello grounded out in the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1. And he fouls off the circle change for strike 1. He has a homer and 16 runs batted in on the season. Outside, count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Termini leads off second. Grounds it hard to Torrey at third. Throws across for the 2nd out. The runner does not advance. Melo's 0 for 2.
Number 39.
So, he walked, he scored a run, he stole a base, but he's officially 0 for 1. Max Lukelich steps up to the plate. And he flares it out to center, but right there is Marte in center to catch the ball and retire the side. So, 4 innings complete. It's the Mets 4, the Knights 2. Joe Torre leads off yet again. He's 0 for 2.
The third baseman.
Looking for his first hit in the ball game. Takes strike 1. And it's a fly ball to center. O'Rourke barely has to move. He makes the first out.
The batter. The second baseman.
Kevin Newman, 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts. Steps up with 1 out. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. And with 1 out, the Mets have a base runner here in the top of the 5th.
The first baseman.
Newman.
35. Frank Thomas.
Big hurt Frank Thomas. Steps in, he's grounded out twice, so 0 for 2. He takes strike 1 at the knees. Line drive caught by Matt Termini for the 2nd out.
The batter, number
There are 2 outs here in the 5th.
designated hitter.
Yohan Moncada. He's 0 for 2. He did reach on an arrow. And he pops it the other way out to Lo Cicero in right, who makes the catch to retire the side. So, 4.5 innings complete. It's still a 2-run lead for the New York Mets. Don Mattingly has grounded out twice. He's 0 for 2. Steps up here in the bottom of the 5th.
The first baseman. John.
Checks the swing. Pitches high, ball 1. And he hits a line drive, but right at the right fielder. Makes the catch for the first out.
Now back, second baseman.
Next up, Chris Ramos. Single, walk. Has an RBI. And it's a line drive towards the gap. It is, oh, it's just off the glove of the fielder. It's going to be a single. And he's 2 for 3. Batting average leaders entering play. Dante Bichette leads the league 388. But as you can see, Chris Ramos is slowly inching his up charts. He's third with 373 average. Michael O'Rourke, 0 for 1 with a walk. And he pulls it foul for strike 1. Pulls it foul yet again, strike 2. His 80th pitch here in the 5th inning. Pulls it yet again, way out in front on all these pitches. Count is no balls and 2 strikes on O'Rourke. Jams him inside, back to the screen. We'll have to do it again. Strike 3 called. Thought it was outside, and there are 2 outs. Let's see this pitch. It's too close to take. It's too close to take. Got to foul it off. Jacob Salazar's up. He's 0 for 2 as well. Takes a pitch outside in the dirt, blocked nicely by Mitch Garver. Salazar's hitting 337. Outside corner, strike 1. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Ramos leads off first. And he skies it to left field. No, I'm sorry, check that, right field. Makes the catch to retire the side. Well, 5 innings are complete. It's an official ball game, as the Mets still lead by 2, 4-2. Waka is the pitcher of record. Top of the 6th, Gary Sheffield is up. He's 2 for 2 today. It's been hot.
The right fielder, number 10, Gary Sheffield.
And he hits it high and deep. It's got a chance. Right at the fence. Luklich makes the catch for the first out of the 6th. That was scary.
Now batting, the center fielder.
Ketel Marte is 0 for 2. Struck out. He grounded out. Steps in against Pizarski, who hasn't pitched terribly, but he hasn't pitched great. Deep drive into the gap. 1 hop off the wall. It's going to be a stand-up double for Marte with 1 out here in the top of the 6th. His 16th double of the season.
Alex
Just goes with it. Drives it deep. No chance for O'Rourke. Next up is Alex Kirilloff. 1 for 2 with an RBI double. Swing and a miss. Out in front of the changeup for strike 1. Fouls off the 2-seamer. Strike 2. And he flares it out to center. Running play by O'Rourke. Makes the catch. And there are 2 outs. Nice play by O'Rourke coming into the ball. Mitch Garver's 2 for 2. He has a home run. This is in the 2nd inning. When he hit the foul pole. Deep drive. Boing. See if Pizarski can get him out. Runner in scoring position. Sliders in there for strike 1. Fastball, strike 2. Deep drive, but foul. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Garver. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Millo. No advance. And he pulls it foul. 97 on the radar gun. So he's still throwing heat, still has a good pitch count, but he just, you know. Swing and a miss. Slider, strike 3. Finally, he gets Garver out to retire the side. 6 innings complete, but he's losing 4-2. So, gotta wake up the bats. Let's go.
Your attention, please.
Rick Coleman takes over pitching for the Mets. This is his 26th appearance. His 5-2 with a 4.19 earned run average. And he faces Benny Cicero, who is officially 0 for 1. He's walked and scored a run.
The right fielder, number 38.
Grounds it weakly to the second baseman. He throws him out in first. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Now batting, number 31.
Matt Zapps, 0 for 2. Jams him. And Frank Thomas catches the pop-up. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
Now batting, number 79.
Matt Termini is 2 for 2 today. He's got a single, he's got a double, he's got an RBI. Steps in against Coleman. And he hits it deep. It is caught at the fence by the center fielder to retire the side. Nice running play by Marte. So the end of 6 innings, it's still a 4-2 ball game. I am surprised to see that Brendan Pizarski is coming out for the 7th. Arcia is 0 for 2. His pitch count is low. He's only thrown 50 pitches. And he pops him up in the infield. Mattingly is there, takes charge for the first out. It's the top of the 7th. Joe Torre, 0 for 3 today. Steps in. Ground ball to Salazar. Fields throws across the diamond in time. There are 2 outs here in the top of the second. 7.
Now batting,
Kevin Newman, 1 for 3 with a single in the 5th. He's playing second base for the Mets. Takes strike 1.
0-1.
Swing and a miss at the 2-seamer. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. And he pops it up. Ramos is there. He makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3 inning in the 7th. He's cruising, but he's also losing by 2 runs. It's the Mets 4 and the Bronx Knights 2. So here we are in the bottom of the 7th. Anthony Miller was up yet again. He's 0 for 2.
for the Bronx, the catcher, number 43.
Hard ground ball to Torre at third. Fields fires. Got him with ease. Nice play by Joe. People think of Joe as being a catcher, but he also played third base in his youth. That's the first out here in the 7th. Look at those sideburns. Max is officially 0 for 2. He does have a walk, a steal. He does have a run scored. And he swings and pops it to shallow center. Actually, not so shallow, but an out nonetheless. And there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 quick outs.
Now batting,
Don Mattingly is 0 for 3. His batting average has dropped below 300 for the first time this season. And he pulls it foul. Strike 1. Cutter in on his hands. And he weakly grounds out to Newman at second. He throws over to first. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Mets. After 7 innings of play, they lead by 2. It's New York Mets 4, Bronx Knights 2. Frank Thomas steps up. He's 0 for 3 today. Pizarski's still out there. He's only thrown 55 pitches. He fouls off the fastball for strike 1. Grounds it to Ramos at second, who fields, throws across to Mattingly at first for the first out of the top of the 8th.
the bat, number 15.
Starter comparison, Brendan's still out there, so it's not much of a comparison. But Michael Walker's the winning pitcher at the moment. So, Yohan Moncada, 0 for 3. It's 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Changeup's low for strike 1. 53-9-81 is pretty much a sellout in classic Yankee Stadium. They probably could have picked 54, 55, if I remember correctly. Strike 1. Count is even, 1 ball, 1 strike. I went to classic Yankee Stadiums many, many times in my life before they tore it down in 2008. Two-seamer in there, strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count.
He's pitching in the 8th. He's only thrown 60 pitches. Grounds it past the diving Termini and into left field for a base hit. And with 1 out here in the 8th, they have a base runner. Now, regardless of how many pitches he's thrown, it's time to get a pitcher warmed up. Manager, bullpen. Let's see. Let's warm him up. He'll come in if necessary. Sliders in there for strike 1. Sheffield is 2 for 3. Single, a double, a run scored. Ground ball off the mound, up the middle. It's a base hit. Sheffield is 3 for 4. And they have base runners on first and second now with 1 out. They have a 2-run lead and they're looking for insurance. Sheffield's been hot today. Almost dived, but not a chance. So, let's do this. Manager, mound visit. He's confident. Thinks he can get him. Should I do it? Should I take a chance? He's responsible for those 2 base runners. I'll give him 1 more batter. Ground ball. 4, 6, 3. Double play, side retired. 8 strong. Just like that, they're retired. But unfortunately, the Bronx Knights are still down by 2. They need to get their hitting shoes on. It's 4-2 Mets.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Goose Gossage, also known as Rich Gossage, making his 19th appearance out of the bullpen. He's 0-1 with a 2.79 earned run average. Classic Yankee fireballer. Facing him will be Chris Ramos, who's 2 for 2 with a walk. He has an RBI. They need base runners.
At the ball.
Pitch is high, 99 on the radar gun. Ball 1. Outside, ball 2. He hits it high and deep to center, but playable at the warning track. Marte makes the catch for the first out here in the bottom of the 8th.
now batting, center fielder.
O'Rourke is 0 for 2. He did walk in the 3rd. Steps in against Gossage. Fouls off the 99-mile-an-hour fastball for strike 1. Inside ball. Inside count even at 1 ball at 1 strike. Slurve gets him in on his hands. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. Count evens at 2-2. And he pops him up right there at home plate. Garver makes the catch for the 2nd out. 2 down here in the 8th.
The batter, number 3.
Jacob Salazar is 0 for 3.
Jacob Salazar.
And he fouls the sinker off for strike 1. Outside, 101 miles an hour on the radar gun. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Couldn't get around on the fastball. Counts 1-2. Salazar's put on a clinic at shortstop today. Fouled off the fastball yet again. We'll do it again. Count is 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Side retired. A 1-2-3 inning for Goose Gossage. And we're going bottom. We're going to the top of the ninth. It's 4-2 Mets. Pizarski is still out there. He's only thrown 64 pitches. But ensure he's on a short leash. Strike 1. Still throwing 95 miles an hour in the ninth inning. And he fouls it down the left field line. It is in the corner. Bounces off the wall. It will be a stand-up double to lead off the inning for the lefty. Kirilov. It's his 6th double of the season. And that might be all for Pizarski. Don Mattingly, the manager, also the first baseman, but the 50-year-old version of him, the manager, takes the ball from Pizarski. You know, he toughed it out. Pitched into the ninth inning. He will be the losing pitcher. He cannot win it.
Your attention, please.
In comes Dimmelson LeMay, making his 18th appearance. He's 1-4 with a 5.01 earned run average. He's trying to keep it a 4-2 ball game. Throws his fastball in there for strike 1. Mitch Garver's 2 for 3. He had that 2-run homer in the third. Grounds it to Termini, who throws across the diamond for the second out, holding the runner at second base. Check that, there's only 1 out. Orlando Arcia is 0 for 3, popped out in the 7th. Curveball's outside for ball 1. And he skies it to center. O'Rourke is there, makes the catch. Strong throw to the infield, no advance on the base paths. So there are 2 outs here in the top of the ninth.
Now batting, third baseman,
Joe Torre's 0 for 4 today. He does have a runner in scoring position. It's an important insurance run. Swings over the top of the curveball for strike 1. Fouls off the fastball. Count is 0-2. And he hits it high and deep. It's back at the fence, at the track. It is gone. A 2-run home run with 2 outs here in the top of the ninth inning. Joe Torre's 8th home run of the season to give the New York Mets a 6-2 lead. Oh boy, what a mess. He just tattooed that high fastball. Say it ain't so, Joe. Oh, 426 feet. Oh boy. It's 6-2 Mets. Kevin Newman is 1 for 4. I just put a knife in it. Line drive past the diving Termini. The throwback into second is not in time. It's a double for Newman, the 7th of the season. And the wheels are coming off the wagon. Almost a diving catch by Termini, but not to be. Lukulich gets it back in quickly and makes it a little bit of a question, but he's in there. Big hurt, Frank Thomas, pardon me. Swings at the first pitch, pops it up the other way. Cicero is there to mercifully end the inning, but not before they get 2 more insurance runs on the 2-run blast to straightaway center by Joe Torre, the future manager of the New York Yankees. Last licks for the Bronx Knights. They need 4 to tie. Oh, God, I got to score 4 runs to tie this game. Let's do this. All right.
Your attention, please. Now
Edumbre Ramos pitched in 7 games. He's only pitched 4 2/3 innings this season, so Benny Cicero leads off. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. All right. In the spirit of bullpen, I'm going to warm up and warm up these two guys. If I tie or if I go ahead. Well, if I go ahead, it doesn't matter. The game's over. Pitch is low for ball 1. Just in case the wheels fall off the wagon, they've got some other pitchers warming up in the Mets bullpen. They're not going to let this get close. Outside, ball 2. They have a 4-run lead and he threw 2 balls to come out of the inning instead of throwing strikes. Ball 3. Saps is on deck. 3-0. Will he swing on 3-0? Nope, he will not. And it's right down the middle for strike 1. Count is 3 balls and 1 strike. To Benny. Inside, ball 4. They walk the leadoff man with a 4-run lead here in the bottom of the 9th. That is not what you do as a relief pitcher.
Number 31.
Matthew Saps is 0 for 3. Steps up against Idubure Ramos. Sliders in there for strike 1. Inside, ball 1. Count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. On Saps. And he grounds the fastball foul. First base side. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outside, count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cicero leads off first. Saps digs in. Comes the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. Have a seat, Saps. You're 0 for 4.
The batter, number 79.
Too close to take. Got to foul it off. So Matt Termini is up. He's 2 for 3. A single, a double, he's RBI. Inside, ball 1. Low, ball 2. We need base runners. Hits a line drive, but right at the right fielder who makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. They are down to their final out. Anthony Millo. Actually, you know what? Manager wants to pinch hit for Anthony Millo. Sorry, Anthony.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Francisco Lindor is going to pinch hit for Millo. And then if somehow a miracle happens, he's pinch hitting today. Checks his swing. Yes, he did. Ball 1. Fouls off the high fastball. Count is even. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouls it back to the screen. They're down to their final stretch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, ball game over. And the opening game of this 3-game set at the Bronx Knights has been won by the New York Mets, crosstown rival. They won 6-2. Oh God, I'm so sorry to make you watch that mess. Hopefully no one will ever see this video, but sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. This has been a broadcast of Bronx Knights Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like. I know there's not much to like, but please, at least if you don't like, please subscribe. I will try much better next time, but it is what it is. So here we go. Let's do the rundown. New York Mets, 6 runs, 12 hits, no errors. Bronx Knights, 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. Michael Wacha was the winning pitcher. Brendan Pizarski was the loser. Mitch Garver player of the game, 2 for 4 with that homer and 3 runs batted in. So thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate it, and hope to see you again here soon. Have a great night.
Time of the ball game, 2 hours.